She was one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, a face recognized around the world, a name synonymous with grace, talent, and tragedy. Natalie Wood's life played out like a movie script: meteoric fame, a glamorous marriage, and a mysterious death that continues to fuel speculation more than 4 decades later. But beneath the surface of red carpets and flashing cameras, something far darker may have been unfolding. Now, at 79, Natalie's sister, Lana Wood, has come forward with a confession, one she's held onto for years. It's a confession that could cast an entirely new shadow over the legacy of Robert Wagner, the man Natalie couldn't seem to let go of. This isn't just another Hollywood rumor, it's a revelation from someone who was there, someone who claims to have seen the warning signs and tried to stop what she feared was inevitable. Why did Lana plead with Natalie to walk away from the man she married not once, but twice? What was Natalie hiding? And could the truth behind her tragic end be even more unsettling than we've been led to believe? The answers lie buried in the memories of a grieving sister, and in a silence that has lasted far too long. Natalie Wood became a Hollywood icon through her most powerful roles. She was one of the most captivating actresses of her time, a rare talent who grew up in front of the camera and somehow maintained her allure and relevance across decades in an industry that often forgets its young stars. Born Natalia Nikolaevna Zakharenko on July 20, 1938, in San Francisco to Russian immigrant parents, she was introduced to acting almost before she could walk. Her mother, recognizing Natalie's natural charisma and photogenic presence, moved the family to Los Angeles in pursuit of stardom for her daughter. That decision would change not only Natalie's life but the face of classic American cinema. Her film debut came at the age of 4 in a small role in Happyland, 1943, but her breakthrough came at age 8 when she starred as Susan Walker in Miracle on 34th Street, 1947, a holiday classic that made her a household name and launched one of the most enduring careers in Hollywood history. Unlike many child stars whose fame fades with age, Natalie transitioned gracefully into adult roles. In 1955, she starred opposite James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause, portraying Judy, a troubled teenager. The role earned her an Academy Award nomination and marked a dramatic shift in her career, showcasing emotional depth that audiences hadn't seen before. Natalie's beauty, elegance, and range made her a favorite among filmmakers and fans alike. Her performances in Splendor in the Grass, 1961, where she explored themes of desire and repression, and West Side Story, 1961, where she portrayed Maria, the romantic heart of a modern Romeo and Juliet tale, solidified her as a versatile actress. Although she didn't sing her own songs in West Side Story, her portrayal remains one of the most beloved in musical film history. Another standout role was in Gypsy, 1962, where she played the ambitious burlesque performer Gypsy Rose Lee, a part that demanded both vulnerability and strength, qualities Natalie brought effortlessly to life. What set Natalie Wood apart wasn't just her striking beauty or early fame, it was her emotional honesty. She didn't just act, she felt. Her characters weren't idealized versions of women, they were real, flawed, fully human. Whether she was playing a shy girl discovering love or a woman pushed to the edge, her performances felt authentic. Outside of acting, she was known for her intelligence, poise, and strong work ethic. Co-stars and directors described her as deeply professional, prepared, and respectful of the craft, despite being a star since childhood. She had none of the arrogance fame often brings, just an earnestness that made her universally admired. She wasn't afraid to take creative risks either, making significant appearances on television during a time when most film actors avoided the small screen. By the mid-1960s, Natalie had become one of the most respected and bankable actresses in Hollywood. She had received 3 Academy Award nominations before the age of 25, a remarkable feat, but beyond awards, what truly made Natalie special was her empathy. Her roles often reflected the tensions and transformations in American society: youthful rebellion, emotional repression, and the longing for identity and connection. As Hollywood shifted from the rigid studio system to more personal and socially conscious storytelling, Natalie adapted. She aligned with filmmakers exploring deeper, more complex themes. Though she emerged from the golden age of studio stars, she wasn't afraid to portray modern women in search of more than romance or glamour. They were searching for themselves. Yet behind the glittering surface of stardom lay a life marked by personal struggle. Natalie Wood's life was a blend of remarkable talent, early success, and emotional battles that were often hidden from public view. One of the most significant challenges she faced was the harsh, controlling influence of her mother, Maria. Desperate for her daughter's success, Maria pushed Natalie relentlessly, sometimes with emotionally damaging tactics. She controlled nearly every aspect of Natalie's life and career, even going so far as to manipulate her emotions on set. While this environment fueled Natalie's early accomplishments, it also left her with lifelong struggles with anxiety and self-doubt. As she transitioned into adult roles, Natalie attempted to break free from the innocent image that had defined her early fame. Her acclaimed performance in Rebel Without a Cause was a major turning point, showcasing her ability to portray emotionally complex characters. But while her career soared, her private life remained troubled. Decades after her death, Sister Lana revealed that Natalie had been sexually assaulted as a teenager by a powerful Hollywood figure, an encounter allegedly arranged by their own mother under the guise of furthering Natalie's career. Though the identity of the man remains unconfirmed, this revelation sheds light on the predatory dangers faced by young actresses in an era where such traumas were rarely spoken of. In addition to these hidden traumas, Natalie faced the suffocating pressure of fame. Friends described her as a perfectionist, prone to anxiety and emotional fragility. She carried the weight of scrutiny heavily, which added authenticity to her roles but took a toll on her well-being. In her personal life, Natalie yearned for stability but often found heartbreak. Her high-profile romances, with Elvis Presley, Warren Beatty, and ultimately Robert Wagner, were complicated and sometimes volatile. These relationships echoed the emotional turbulence she experienced growing up and throughout her career. By the mid-1960s, following some mixed reviews, Natalie took a bold step back from the spotlight. She sought therapy, a courageous decision in an era when mental health support was still stigmatized in Hollywood. This pause reflected a desperate need for healing after years of emotional wear and exhaustion. Despite it all, Natalie Wood remains an icon not just for her beauty and talent, but for her strength, her vulnerability, and the profound emotional truth she brought to every role. In a bold move to redefine her career on her own terms, Natalie Wood made significant changes, including paying a substantial sum to cancel her studio contract and dismissing her entire support team. During this transformative period, her personal life also evolved. She married British producer Richard Gregson, with whom she had a daughter, Natasha. However, the marriage ended after a few years, and Natalie faced the complex challenge of balancing motherhood with her enduring career ambitions. One of the most influential and defining relationships in Natalie's life was with actor Robert Wagner. Their romance, divorce, and eventual remarriage in 1972 remain a poignant chapter in Hollywood history and serve as a testament to the complexities behind the silver screen. To understand Natalie Wood's life in full, one must examine this deeply entwined relationship that shaped much of her personal and professional world in ways both tender and complicated. Natalie and Robert first crossed paths in the 1950s, during a time when both were emerging as promising young actors in a high-pressure, fast-paced Hollywood. Their connection was rooted in a shared understanding of fame's challenges, and their chemistry blossomed into a romantic relationship. In 1957, at just 19 years old, Natalie married Robert Wagner, marking a milestone filled with promise and optimism. Their union was seen as the embodiment of youthful love and glamour, captivating the public and media alike. However, the pressures of their demanding careers, constant travel, and the scrutiny of life in the spotlight began to strain their marriage. Despite these challenges, their emotional bond remained strong, but after 5 years, they divorced in 1962. This separation marked a difficult chapter, with both pursuing their careers independently while maintaining a complicated yet enduring connection. Their shared history and emotional ties were never fully severed. Nearly a decade after their divorce, Natalie and Robert remarried in 1972, a move that underscored the profound impact they had on each other's lives. This second union represented a mature, renewed commitment and a hope to build something more lasting. Despite the persistent demands of Hollywood, they worked to maintain a stable family life. Natalie's role as a mother to Natasha became central, and both she and Robert adapted to the pressures of fame while nurturing their bond. However, their shared journey took a tragic turn in 1981, when Natalie Wood's life was abruptly and mysteriously cut short. During a yacht trip near California's Santa Catalina Island, Natalie drowned under circumstances that remain unclear and heavily debated to this day. The news shocked the world, igniting a firestorm of speculation and scrutiny that has continued for decades. Initially ruled an accidental drowning, her death raised questions when later examinations of her autopsy revealed bruises and injuries inconsistent with a simple fall. Conflicting witness statements, particularly from Robert Wagner and actor Christopher Walken, both of whom were present, further complicated the narrative. Inconsistencies between their accounts created confusion, raising suspicions that crucial details might have been omitted or misremembered. The presence of alcohol on board added another layer, as it may have contributed to impaired judgment or escalated existing tensions. With no definitive evidence of foul play, the ambiguity surrounding the case has only deepened over time, transforming it into one of Hollywood's most haunting unsolved tragedies. The complexities of Natalie and Robert's relationship, marked by love, separation, reconciliation, and rumored tensions, played a central role in public interpretations of the tragedy. Some have speculated that unresolved marital discord could have influenced the atmosphere that night. As a result of the lingering uncertainty, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department took the rare step of reopening the investigation in both 2011 and 2018, seeking new evidence or clarity. Despite these efforts, no conclusive resolution has emerged. The mystery of Natalie Wood's death persists, with books, documentaries, and investigative reports continuing to explore what truly happened. The combination of fame, romance, tragedy, and unanswered questions has solidified her legacy not only as a beloved actress but also as a symbol of one of Hollywood's most enduring and heartbreaking enigmas. The core mysteries surrounding Natalie Wood's death remain unresolved, and the renewed investigations into her tragic end underscore the persistence of both public interest and law enforcement's determination to find answers. Utilizing modern forensic techniques and conducting re-interviews with witnesses, authorities have shown a clear commitment to uncovering the truth, even decades later. These continued efforts reflect the contentious and uncertain nature of the case, with investigators unwilling to dismiss the possibility that more information may still come to light. Among the many theories that have emerged over the years is the speculation of a domestic dispute aboard the yacht before Natalie's disappearance. Some witnesses and insiders have hinted at a possible argument or even a physical altercation that night. While no formal charges were ever brought against anyone, this theory remains one of the most controversial and dramatic aspects of the case. Reports of tension on the yacht and the unexplained bruises on Natalie's body lend support to this possibility, but without concrete evidence or consistent testimony, it remains conjecture, a haunting example of how tragedy, in the absence of clarity, can be clouded by rumor and suspicion. Adding a deeply personal layer to this enduring mystery is Natalie Wood's younger sister, Lana Wood, who, at 79 years old, made a powerful and emotional confession during a rare and candid interview. Lana revealed that she had repeatedly urged Natalie to leave her husband, actor Robert Wagner, before her untimely death. This revelation offers a rare and intimate glimpse into the private struggles that Natalie faced behind the glamorous facade. "I told her, you don't want to be with him anymore. You need to get out," Lana said, recalling her desperate pleas to protect her sister. These words are more than just a sibling's concern. They are a poignant reminder of the emotional turmoil Natalie may have been experiencing in the final years of her life. Lana's perspective, as someone who knew Natalie intimately, carries significant emotional weight and brings a humanizing dimension to a story often dominated by speculation and media sensationalism. While the public was aware of the passionate but often turbulent nature of Natalie and Robert's relationship, Lana's admission gives the narrative a profoundly human context. It suggests that the issues between Natalie and Robert were not merely tabloid fodder but serious, ongoing problems that deeply affected Natalie and those closest to her. This insight into the private reality of their marriage hints at a woman caught in a painful and possibly unhealthy relationship, even as she tried to maintain her career and image in the public eye. Lana's confession does not solve the mystery of Natalie's death, but it reframes the story, painting Natalie not just as a Hollywood icon or tragic figure, but as a sister, a wife, and a woman facing emotional challenges that are far too common, even among the famous. The revelation also raises important questions about the dynamics within Natalie's marriage and what she may have been feeling in her final days. If Lana felt compelled to intervene, what fears or anxieties was Natalie silently enduring? How might those struggles have played into the events of that fateful night? These questions add emotional depth to the mystery and remind us that behind every headline is a real family grappling with love, fear, and heartbreak. Lana's candidness provides a perspective that had long been absent from public discourse, one rooted not in investigation or theory, but in personal experience and familial love. Her words reveal the emotional toll that fame and a complicated personal life can exact, suggesting that Natalie's outward poise may have masked a deeper struggle for safety, happiness, and peace. In sharing her story, Lana invites the public to reconsider Natalie's life and legacy through a more compassionate lens. She exposes the often unseen emotional cost of living in the spotlight and highlights the difficult choices faced by those in troubled relationships. Her confession is a powerful act of emotional honesty, one that offers clarity about the pain and concern felt by Natalie's family. At the same time, it also reflects the delicate balance that loved ones must maintain between supporting someone's autonomy and intervening for their safety, especially when the individuals involved are under intense public scrutiny. Ultimately, Lana's heartfelt words do not close the book on Natalie Wood's story but rather deepen our understanding of it, offering a rare and powerful glimpse into the private life of a woman whose tragic end still echoes through Hollywood history.